You're probably using AI wrong. Not technically, but creatively. Most people treat AI like a to-do list assistant. Write this email, fix my grammar, summarize this article I'll never read. It's cool, sometimes saved, but that's like buying a drone just to use it as a flashlight. If you're a creator or an entrepreneur, AI isn't just here to do tasks. It's here to scale ideas, build systems, test bold concepts, and move like a team of 10 with just your laptop. So the real question is, are you using AI to finish tasks or to build something bigger? Everyone is using AI right now, but most are using it the wrong way. It's like they've just bought an iPhone and they only use it for the calculator. That's how a lot of people actually treat ChatGPT and other models. They ask them to rewrite emails, fix grammar, summarize unread articles. Is it helpful? Yes, it is, of course. But is it transformative? Not at all. So they're still thinking of AI as a second brain, or even worse, a digital intern. Make me this, give me this options, rewrite this mail. That's level 1, and most people stop there. But AI isn't just about speed, it's about doing what used to be impossible. And here is what I mean by that. So I came across this system someone built. A fully automated lead gen engine. Emails were personalized, sent, tracked, followed up, and it was all built with ChatGPT, Airtable, and Make. There was no code, no devs, and only prompts. And this person didn't just save time. They built a system that would have taken a week and probably a full team in just a weekend. And that's the actual unlock. And it's not about just cold emails. People are using AI to design products, to automate onboarding and support, or to generate full landing pages with code, build marketing experiment fast. You have hundreds of applications to it. But that is what most miss. AI isn't a smarter notepad, it's actually an engine. And if you know how to plug it in, you're not just more productive, you're operating on a different level. So this video isn't about using AI better, it's about rethinking what AI is even for. So let's get into it. So let's go through again about how people actually use AI. It's not wrong, it's just small. Most are stuck in what I call task mode. You've got something boring or repetitive, so you hand it off to the AI. And it does work. It feels productive and it does feel like a win. But here's the catch. If you're still doing it, you're doing all the thinking. AI is just like dressing it up. And that's where most people get stuck. They treat AI like a vending machine, You drop a prompt and get a polished result. But if you zoom out, you're not building anything, you're just outsourcing one prompt at a time. And let me show you the difference. For example, in task mode, you would say, can you write me a cold email? But in builder mode, it would sound something like that. Help me build a cold outreach system with segments, follow-ups, and rules for warm replies. It's the same tool essentially, but it's a totally different mindset and input. One gives you a draft, the other one gives you a repeatable machine. Let me give you another one. In task mode, you would say, can you write me a Python script that fetches data from an API? Whereas in builder mode, it would sound something like, I'm building a system to monitor products across 5 suppliers, writes a Python script that fetches data from each supplier's API, logs update to a Supabase table, and triggers a Slack alert if stock drops below a certain threshold, and then include error handling and retry logic for rate-limited APIs. So if you see in task mode, you're just asking AI to finish a sentence, whereas in builder mode, you're asking it to architect a process. The people getting real leverage from AI aren't using it more, they're using it actually smarter. They're thinking in systems, not just outputs. And the best part, it's actually not even harder, it just starts with a better question. Not what can I get done, but rather what can I build that keeps getting things done for me. Once you get out of task mode, everything kind of opens up, because AI's real power isn't that it finishes your work faster, is that somehow it actually thinks for you. It's not just an assistant, it's a creative business partner of some sort, one that never runs out of energy or ideas. Here's how it looks like. Let's say you're launching a digital product, a habit tracker or a mini course, whatever. Normally you'd open a doc and start from zero. Headline, copy, layout, tone. But now you prompt in ChatGPT, write a landing page for a habit building product, clear tone, structured into headline, benefits, testimonial, CTA. What you get isn't perfect, obviously, but it's structured, fast, and editable. No more blank page paralysis. And like that, you're not just pasting code blindly, you're actually co-building a working prototype. And same goes with product strategy, video scripting, brand messaging. AI doesn't replace creativity, it kind of accelerates it. You're still in charge, but now you can move faster, test quicker, and make smarter decisions without burning hours on setup. Whether you're designing a page or scaffolding backend logic, the shift is the same. AI becomes your second brain, good at starting, surprisingly sharp on strategy, and it never gets stuck. Here's something most people overlook. The biggest blocker in any project isn't the execution. It's more often the starting line. You know what you want to build, you just don't know where to begin. You have a blank doc, a fuzzy vision, and zero momentum. And that happens quite a lot with me. So here's how I deal with it. When I'm starting something new, like let's say a tool or a product, a project, I don't say build me this. What I do is I prompt something along the line of I want to build this, ask me the most amount of relevant and detailed questions you can so we can build it together properly. So that one prompt actually does two things. First, it helps me think sharper in a way. You know, it's a bit like the rubber duck method that developers use. For a quick context, in programming, the rubber duck debugging method is when a developer explains a problem out loud, often to an actual rubber duck, and in the process of explaining it, they solve the issue themselves. It's a bit the same thing here. ChatGPT asks, who is this for? What happens if steps 2 fails? What's your edge case? What data do you need to store? Suddenly I'm not guessing, I'm actually designing. And second, once I've answered the questions, I've actually built the brief. Now I can prompt back to use my answer to design the full onboarding flow, copy, logic, triggers, tone. And just like that, I've got something I can test actually immediately. And it's not about skipping the hard work, it's about skipping the fog. And when AI clears the fog, you stop hesitating and you actually start building. You don't just get output, you get momentum. Let's zoom out for a bit. What happens when you stop using AI like a tool and start using it like a team? That's when things get interesting. If you're a solo builder, a founder, a freelancer, or a creator, you're wearing every hat and you know it. Product, marketing, operations, support. And that's probably your biggest bottleneck. AI changes that. It lets you simulate full departments instantly. No hiring, no onboarding, and no more burnouts. Now, here is where it gets crazy. You can use AI to build an onboarding flow, exporting it as JSON and plug it into your app. Then you create a chatbot that answers about 80% of support queries. You draft an entire launch campaign that offers urgency, referral flow, and retargeting copy. Then you prototype a full stack SaaS using GPT for logic and Supabase for infrastructure. And then you create a Slack tool that listens for keywords and auto-generates tasks on Notion. This isn't assistant territory anymore. It's I just skipped the first 10 hires territory. And no, it's not perfect. But for building, testing, validating ideas fast, it actually means everything. If you ever said, I'd build this only if I had a team, just remember, if you're asking the right questions, you already have one. So here's the bottom line. If you're using AI just to save some time on simple tasks, you're actually thinking too small. AI isn't only here to do your tasks. It's here to scale your thinking, to multiply your output, to simulate the team you wish you had. Most people stay stuck in task mode, but the ones building fast and building smart are using AI to test ideas, build systems, and launch solo startups. This isn't about hype. It's not about pretending AI replaces creativity. It's about collaborating with it intentionally, so you move faster, think bigger, and actually hit fewer roadblocks. You don't need to be a developer, you just need to think like a builder, and let the AI fill the gaps. Over the next videos of this channel, I'll walk you through exactly how I use AI to build internal tools, from raw ideas to working prototypes and sometimes even full apps in less than a day. I'll go through the whole process of mapping it, of prompting it, of building it, and I invite you to stay tuned for that. So, in general, if you want to get deeper about AI and learn more things about it, I can only suggest you to hit the subscribe button.